Today marks the 14th glorious and engaging years of this World War II Peace Rally, which started way back in the year 2011 as a brainchild of our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Neiphiu. Today has sent messages in these 14 years where guests have come and witnessed from different parts of the world and continents to hear about the stories of war and peace from Kohima. First of all, from the organizers, we salute all the participants of the 23 jeeps and the one Nissan that participated today in the war rally that started from Chumukedima, the erstwhile Samaguting, and took them 4 tedious hours to reach the Commonwealth War Graves in Kohima and have culminated now here in the Kisama Heritage Village.
A story about valor, a story about courage, a story about sacrifice. But a story wouldn't be there if there was no history. Without history, without a story, there would be no people. There would be no nations. So therefore, I speak about the Battle of Kohima. British historians recently have concurred that it is one of the greatest battles won by the British Empire. So here we are. We, the rally team from Dimapur, we represented and we emulated the relief columns of Allied forces from Dimapur, where there was an airfield as well as a base. So today at 7 a.m., we marched off. Then we landed up at the Garrison Hill, the war cemetery, that iconic place that is in Kohima. We paid our solemn homage and laid the wreath to those fallen Allied soldiers. But where did all this begin? This began because of the vision of one man, and that is our chief patron and host of the Hornbill Festival, our Honorable Dr. Neiphiu. Way back in 2011, he conceived of this vision. I'm sure that he will say, in his own words, how he got the vision. But I would say that it was a brilliant idea that history of Kohima, of Nagaland, should not be forgotten, ever. And what better way than to have a World War II peace rally, where we, the Nagas, we shout out to the world that we want to live in peace and harmony with all the peoples of the world, with all the nations of the world. That is the brilliant vision that our Honorable Chief Host, Dr. Neiphiu, conceived of. So I think here, let us warm up by giving him a good round of applause.
Hornbill Peace Rally. Ladies and gentlemen, this Second World War Peace Rally, as mentioned, have been going on for the last 14 years. This is to remember our past history and also to symbolize some of exhibiting the woolly jeeps, their weapons, the British and Allied forces, and also the Japanese forces, who fought a furious battle in Kohima. As you are aware, it brings back good memories and bad memories. It is a celebration of our history. It has come to us as we know that it is not a war, but it had impacted our Naga people so much. This rally also paying homage and honored the sacrifices who had fought and died, suffered. And so this rally is very important. And the most importantly, we carry this rally to reaffirm on our shared commitment to live in peace. Not only Nagas, but world over. Many people want to live in peace with their families and with their respective places. And when peace is there, you can travel around the world to see many things. But many a time we are deprived of this because of war. I'm also glad that the Commonwealth Graves Association and the British and Allied, the day announced worldwide a Remembrance Day. I cannot forget the Remembrance Day because that Remembrance Day, 11 November, is my birthday. So this year also and last year also, we had celebrated the Remembrance Day, and the diplomats, the High Commissioner of British came and participated. Willie Reeds, we spoke about the brave soldiers, the sufferings, and also the sufferings of our people here in Nagaland. World over, from different countries died, and they equally sacrificed for what they fought and what they believe for the country and for peace. So that Remembrance Day also, we exhibited this vintage cars, the jeeps, and this demonstration. The people who come to see took so much interest and taken so many photographs, and it's a very good thing that we are continuing our past history and also honoring the dead and continue this to promote, to propagate, and campaign for peace here with us and all over the world. For a few years, we had worked with the Japanese government and the embassy in Delhi took keen interest because as far as I remember, in early 1970s, Japanese started coming to this war area in and around Kohima. They have mapping, they have instruments, and they have dug out the common graves and collected so many bones here and there. Now I've seen with my own eyes in the compound of my father-in-law, who was then not my father-in-law, my wife's father, in 1974. In the garden, they dig out a bit of garden and collected so many bones. And then time and again, they keep on coming and collecting and collecting. Till today, they could not recover all the bones because people died in thousands. So, since Japan has come to develop Nagaland also through JICA projects, and they had given us the free will donation for constructing 400 bedded hospital attached to Kohima Medical College. And the doctors and nurses will be maintaining and operating the hospital with the Nagas and the students of NAMSA. We are aware in Nagaland University, Japanese languages are taught. And the teachers, lecturers, salaries are paid by the Japanese government. Other private agencies, companies like Toyota, Hyundai, and many others, corporation companies, they are teaching, interviewing the youth, skilling them, giving trainings, and also teaching basic Japanese languages so that with that Japanese communication language, they can go and work in Japan. And not too many, but many had gone. I met some of them when they were undergoing training in Delhi. So many things are happening, and with the ambassador in Delhi at that time, Suzuki, we erected jointly a stone, friendship between the Japan and Nagas. And also state government, we had erected for the soldiers who were killed and not really known where they are, be Allied forces or be the Japanese. A memorial stone is erected as Kohima Peace Memorial to give message that this is no time for war, but this is the time for peace. And those fallen soldiers to be remembered. On 29th November, I had inaugurated in that complex Eco Park that is opposite, adjacent to Kohima uh, Cultural Hall, Cultural uh, Kohima Cultural Hall. In the heart of the town, Kohima Ridge, that is the continuation of Garrison Hill, and displaying the materials of British and Allied forces and the Japanese weapons and other war materials. So in one room, British and Allied materials are being exhibited. The other room is the Japanese, and the another room is the Naga artifacts and antiques. I wish you can take a round and see that place if you have time, because that is just your Red Cross building and Ras Bhavan Road, that opposite. It is open every day, and there are shops, the food courts, coffees. This will be another destination for the tourists, be local or non-locals, from outside tourists who come also. And you have many shops. You have also two-level parking. About 50 vehicles can be parked in that two-level, and can walk around a beautiful place, very calm. There is one agency making English breakfast where people can come early in the morning, take a walk, and breathe good air. So I hope you will visit and remember, not only, you see, for taking your guests or your tourists, taking them to cemetery, it doesn't sound good, but it's good because it is historical. And this eco park with Kohima Peace Memorial and the Japanese and Nagas friendship, all the stones laid, even the stone of First World War, the labor crops, about 2,000 plus had gone to Europe. And during that period, some of the Nagas in that group died in Europe and buried that site. So those memorable, very memorable place. So I hope you will also remember those things.
See, he came all the way from Assam. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Of participation, which is with the NAMSA official near the Toyota pickup that has been parked here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you.